The unaltered photo of 48-year-old Cindy Crawford is sparking a new discussion this morning. The picture we first showed you yesterday focuses attention on photoshopped images and whether we can embrace natural beauty. Vinita Nair reports on an issue that's making its way all the way to Capitol Hill. Vinita, good morning.
Good morning. Well, that image of Cindy Crawford coincides with the start of Fashion Week here in New York. It's a chance to see the newest styles on some of the thinnest women who will ever wear them, reigniting the debate of what size is realistic.
I like to see her in.
When fashion designer Eli Tahari casts for Fashion Week, he starts off with hundreds of models.
She looks good.
Then he narrows it down to about 25.
First one. Yeah! The relationship between a model and the designer, it's always something that comes from inside.
While Tahari says he's looking for something on the inside, what the rest of us see is the outside. And that outside is almost always tall, beautiful, and very, very thin.
It's important that a fashion model is a fashion model.
It's been the industry standard for years, says agent Beth Ann Hardison.
She has to be lean, she should be tall, and it's not someone who's full of body. That's not fashion. That's something else.
I have a fast metabolism.
At 5'9" and a natural size 0, 22-year-old Madison Bradley fits that mold. She's been modeling for 5 years, working both in the U.S. and abroad.
I've had trouble fitting into certain pieces during Fashion Week
Because they were too big?
Well, too small for me, and I'm very tiny myself.
After 2 models died in Europe from anorexia-related causes, the fashion industry in Spain and Italy began monitoring how thin a model can be based on her body mass index, or BMI. Israel has gone further, passing a law that requires a model to have a BMI of at least 18.5. In comparison, American women on average have a BMI of 26.5 and wear a size 14. The Israeli law also requires that any print ad that has been photoshopped says so.
Young children are being affected by imagery every single day.
Plus-size supermodel Emmy wants regulations in the U.S., especially around photoshopping.
Young girls are thinking that's how I want to look like.
I look at you and I think there's no way she could have been photoshopped. Have you been photoshopped?
I have been photoshopped.
Every picture, every single picture has, right?
It has. It could be from my complexion to my weight.
A Girl Scouts of the USA survey found 89% of teenage girls feel the fashion industry pressures them to be skinnier.
Definitely by the time I was 12, I was restricting what I was eating.
Kathleen McDonald, policy director at the Eating Disorder Coalitions, says her body issues started from fashion magazines.
At the height of the problem, how bad was it?
I had started to give up and was planning to take my own life because I was so sick of being sick and sick of not getting better.
It took McDonald 20 years to recover from both anorexia and bulimia.
We have a really special briefing put together.
A fight she has detailed before Congress. Her coalition is now sponsoring 3 separate bills, calling for eating disorder education and for greater transparency in advertising.
What do you say to someone who says, this is something that can't be legislated, you can't force education?
I say that we have to start with something. I am committed to doing this until not one more person dies prematurely from an eating disorder.
Okay, sideways.
Tahari says the solution to unhealthy models shouldn't come from Congress, but from the fashion industry itself.
Every designer needs to take responsibility. They have to deal with real things, real women, real sizes, real model. That'll be your outfit. You'll be hot, and it's good for business.
Kathleen McDonald told us she plans to testify again before Congress later this year. As for the designer Tahari, his show will debut at Fashion Week tonight. One interesting tidbit about Tahari, he told us that even though he uses regular-size models on the runway, he fits all of his clothes and designs them for regular-sized women. He often uses women within his own company. Maybe that's some of the secret to his
He's got
success.
beautiful clothes. He certainly has the right idea, but I feel we've had this conversation for a gazillion years, and you still have somebody saying a 5'9" and natural size 0. Nothing ever changes in terms of the people they put on the runway. And the average American woman is a size 14. Plain and simple. It's very frustrating sitting here watching. Very frustrating sitting here watching that piece.
I will say in Madison's defense, she did say if we were to see everyone in her family, they're all that size.
Okay.
Yes. All right, Vinita, thank you.